Thanks a lot, everybody, for all your nice replies to my recent video talking about likes and views. I really appreciate all those nice comments from you. And I've had a request, another one, for a rather large scene similar to the subway scene. I do a lot of stuff for relative beginners. I don't consider myself that advanced, as you know. But I've had requests for little things like a shovel, and that's not necessarily easy to do if you want to make it look good, and lots of other little requests. But I've also recently had some requests for some bigger things. People seem to like the big series, and so do I actually. Um, and like I had said in the last video, I've been uh, looking at walkthroughs of The Last of Us, and the reason that I keep focusing on that, and I do look at other Star Wars ones and Harry Potter ones and Assassin's Creed and all that, is I really like the damage uh, in the buildings, in the floors, and in the walls, and I'm looking for things that are doable. You have to keep that in mind as well. And so, what I'm thinking right now is sort of an apocalyptic courtyard scene. There's a lot of that in The Last of Us, with maybe multiple levels, like sort of platforms that the characters would go down into the courtyard, and surrounding the courtyard could be buildings, the facades or whatever, the sides of buildings. You could see a couple of metal or tin roofs, whatever, and there could be wood stuff in there. And down in the courtyard, you could have various items, certainly wooden boxes or metal crates, some draped over with some kind of canvas or tarps, whatever. So we could get into that kind of stuff. The shovel that I was asked to, you could have that as a prop in there, and various other props, uh, pipes and whatever the various for air conditioning units and whatever exterior metal structures there would be in there. So we could have quite a lot of different things in there. Quickly the scene would get very busy and very populated with items, and it would take a good long while to do that all from scratch and then to texture it. But I think it would be a real challenge, and it would be a longer scene. And so, um, barring another idea that it was doable, I might think about that and call it something like Apocalyptic Courtyard, or maybe just Courtyard, or something else that is you know indicative of what it is and would fit in a thumbnail name. Courtyard is probably okay, because I think you could tell from the thumbnail images what is coming as we progress through this thing and build different assets for it. I mean, right behind me, you can see I'm standing at an old church, and the siding, so we could have this kind of stuff with sort of paint chipping off of it, and maybe some holes and some pieces of wood come off. So, really, we would get into, modeling wood and metal and concrete and bricks and a whole slew of things, and some fabric. So there'll be quite a lot. So to the individual who asked for that, I hope you would like that, because they did mention the subway scene, and that was quite a while ago, and I think it's time for another biggie. This would be, I mean, you're probably looking at 10 or 15 videos and a number of weeks of work on that. I have a couple of things to do. Like I say, somebody wants the shovel, and it's a relative beginner. So I could try to work on that sometime and do that in hopefully one video. And I may not even get into texturing, just the modeling of it. We'll see. Um, I've got to finish up the retro TV. That could be just one more video, quickly texturing it in Blender. Of course, that's going to take some graphics as well, but I'll show you just quickly how to do that. And what else was I going to do? And I need to do the render review for the Ships Blender Challenge. So if I feel well enough, and yeah, you probably know I've been sick, but I hate to keep bringing that up, but that's a big factor in whether or not I have the energy to do these things. if I can get those done, let's say shovel is one, blender review is one, and let's see, whatever the other thing I was just saying, the retro TV is one. If I could do those three over the next 3 days, on the side I'd be thinking about the courtyard, and then I could say, okay, that's it, I'm going to start on that, and that would be probably the only thing I would work on, and you would see that on my channel every day or every other day, depending on how I'm doing. So I hope you like that idea. I think it would be very cool. It's going to be very challenging for me, and I toyed with the idea of using an actual reference image from, say, The Last of Us, and trying to do that scene. But the problem with that is I'm not as good as those guys. It's not going to look anything like that. So I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to take little bits of information and kind of create my own, and therefore you don't have to compare it to some professional stuff, because that might be very difficult to achieve. So we'll do what we can, all right? So look for updates on this coming up. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave me a comment when you want to, and come on back. I'd love to have you here. Thanks.